Welcome to Part Dos. If you haven't seen Part Uno yet, then you can click on this boxy over here. And then you can click on that box and it will take you to Part 1, which will talk about the background of the whole YouTube controversy and my take on the whole thing in my own silly little way. But if you know what's wrong with the YouTubes that happened just yesterday, and you came here for something else, then we have content for you too. For YouTube, tubers too. Bleh. So what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about, well, what would Braun Boitano do? No, that's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about what can content providers do in the face of this uneasy issue with monetization being up in the air. Just as a disclaimer and hashtag disclaimer asterisks. Asterisks is what you put on disclaimers and little things. I don't have much experience monetizing on YouTube. In fact, I have zero experience. So I don't know how much money we're talking about. I don't know how much, revenue we're talking about. I don't know how much, I don't know the cost-benefit analysis of all these actions. I'm just going to list some actions out here, list some thoughts out here, and people could take it, people can leave it, people could do whatever they want with it. You can dislike it a lot. That's what you can do. You can hit that thumbs down a lot because all this advice is going to stink and you're going to hate it, but I'm going to say it anyway. So there's always that whole thing about don't put all your eggs in one basket. That is kind of true. Putting all your content onto YouTube in hopes that it will be there forever, ever, amen, may not be a viable business strategy. But it's the greatest thing going right now for video content and monetization and stuff like that. So a lot of people still go with it. And it's worked for a lot of people. And despite its ups and downs and twists and turns, it still seems to be pretty strong. That being said, it has its major flaws. The whole DMCA thing, this recent debacle. There's many reasons you, as a content provider, may want to spread out your eggs so that you don't lose your audience in case YouTube suddenly pulls your channel or suddenly pulls your thing. If it was someone like me, I'd be pretty much SOL. SOL. Oh, my video can't be monetized yet. I said SOL. Because I don't have enough of an audience to put it onto another website yet, and I don't have anything like that. So I'm basically YouTube dependent. You want to be YouTube independent. That's your ultimate goal. But let's be realistic. YouTube has a big drive. YouTube has a bunch of people who click around for all hours of the day and lose hours and hours of their time. And where the heck did the time go? And I don't do that at all. I don't ever do that. I am super productive all the time. I don't come home, sit on this computer, and go click, click, click. Oh, that's an interesting topic. Oh, I wonder what this person has to say about this topic. Oh, I wonder what. Oh, this is a nice sciencey video. I want to see this. Oh, the videos. Oh, the videos and the clickings and the. Yeah, YouTube has that going for it. The whole. You may want to look at. It's like. You want another one, right? You want another one, right? Ooh, this video right here. Yeah, you want another video, don't you? We'll give you the first ones for free, you know what I mean? And then you can go over there on the right side after the video's done, and you can click on that one because we know what you like. We know what you like. Yes. See, a lot of other places don't really have that kind of thing. You kind of have to navigate, sort of by force and try to find things, via other ways, instead of having this kind of flowing from one video to the other. Heck, I could even stream it on my smart TV and just go Q, 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 until the daylight hours are burned. And that's actually better that way, because that way I could just kind of just navigate via the computer instead of on the TV, which is navigating on the TV with a remote's a little harder than with a mouse. So there's benefits to doing that. But my personal terrible habits aside, and saying, yes, there's a reason why YouTube is still popular, it's still going, and you're probably still going to want to utilize it. I could say as a furry, because I guess I am one. In case you didn't know that I'm in this furry fandom thing, I'm telling you, I am in this furry fandom thing. I do have experience with this. I do have experience with a popular website that everyone's like, man, everybody is viewing content on that site and we can never leave it, even though we want to leave it, because holy cow, it's there, everyone's going to it, I want to leave it so bad, but all of my customers are there. Yeah, we have a little bit of an experience with that. Yes. I don't know if you've ever heard of Furaffinity, but it's basically one of the top 5,000 websites in the world. In the worlds. And it's a furry site, alright? It does furry art and stuff like that. It is our deviant art, okay? It's a fan-driven site. It's run by basically a very, very, very small team, smaller than it should be, and basically they make, they've been trying to, get more people on staff, but the leader there makes very controversial decisions. He's very critique adverse. He's very private. He's very, he makes very political decisions, and he worries about his personal politics sometimes more than the health of the site at certain times. It can project that way. And of course, he'll respond to this going, "That's not a fair assessment." He already did it. He already did it. It's in the comment section below. He's going to have people, march on this video and go, "Yeah, he's trying so hard." I know he tries hard. I know he does freaking hard work. I could probably not run a site like that even if I was getting paid to. And luckily he's getting paid now as an employee to do it. But long and the short, he makes controversial decisions every once in a while, and he does really, really ugly things, or he has a disagreement with the staff, and then it never goes clean. Is what I'm saying. Is like, if there's a problem with the staff, whenever their staff member ends up leaving, which happens all the time, it never happens cleanly. The staff member always always creates a stink and leaks some information out there or does something or other, to the point where the dude is having people sign non-disclosure agreements for volunteering for a fan site. Yeah, he's having them sign non-disclosure agreements to volunteer for running a fan site. Literally even asking them for their driver's licenses in order to make it legitimate. Yes, that's crazy, right? It sounds weird, but he did it. And him asking a bunch of people in the forums that made all those forum people leave. So and all these controversies, have people, as such politically charged kind of issues cause, it kind of leads people to wanting to leave the art site and go to other art sites, because there's a lot of competing furry art sites. There is a demand for other furry art sites. The problem is that a lot of other people who have a lot of drive, furries are technically inclined, okay? We spend a lot of time in our houses on our computers. There's no denying that. So we'll go in and we'll do that, and then basically we have a lot of other competing sites. We have Ink Bunny, we have So Furry, we have Weasel, which doesn't really call itself a furry art site, but it is one. And we have what's the other one? Furry Network is the newest one, and they're all growing in popularity, but they can't take down the king. And similarly, YouTube is having this same issue. To get off the whole frickin' 10-minute furry tangent I just had. Sorry, everyone. I'll make a clicky box so you can skip it. It's get to the frickin' YouTube stuff already. Anyways, I think YouTube right now is in a similar situation. They're the king. They're number 2 in the world, or number three, or they're really high on the list. They're bigger than Furaffinity could ever possibly hope of being. But they have their competitors as well. They have the Daily Motions. They have the VMOs. They have all these other competitors that are growing in popularity, but they can't take down the king. Can't take down the king because it's there. The user base is there. The viewership is there. Everyone is there. And despite everyone coming after the king because they're the king, and that's the thing too, like Furaffinity will be like, and this is a complaint Furaffinity makes all the time, but it's like we're the #1 site, so we get all the sass and all the sass and all the people disparaging us and all that other stuff because we're the #1. YouTube gets it too, and that's why YouTube kind of has all these problems with lawsuits and trying to figure out how to appease people from content IDing them and doing all this other stuff and trying to find ways to prevent all this nonsense from going off. And that's probably why they are stinging on the side of caution and harming content providers more than anything, is because they worry about their money. They worry about lawsuits. They worry about advertising. They have to worry about keeping the lights on, while content providers just worry about shooting things out their mouth holes into the YouTube space. I don't care if they make money or not, right? I'm just some viral dude. I'm not a viral dude. I'm a virus dude, eating at their bandwidth and eating at their costs, making it so their computers have to do all this stuff for me, and I don't pay a dime. I don't pay a dime to do that. In fact, they might pay me to do. They might pay me if I get enough viewers and I monetize. But if I don't monetize, then I'm basically sucking bandwidth from them. I'm eating up their revenue. That being said, some of this stuff I might say might be a little mean-spirited, but if a content provider feels strongly enough against what YouTube does, eventually you may want to go down to some particular routes. So let's get to the actual meat and potatoes now that I've rambled for about 10 minutes about backgrounds and stuff like that. So here's the thing. There are things that you can do to, make sure that you reach your audience, but also make sure that you monetize. Now, I will be a betting man, and I will put my money down, and I will say that the Jimquisition show on this Monday, will talk about how, hey, you can use Patreon like I do, and monetize completely off-site like I do, and try and not monetize at all like I do. Because I'm Jim frickin' Sterling, son. Because I'm Jim frickin' Sterling. And I don't have to worry about this stuff because I saw it coming a mile away, or whatever he's going to say, and thank God for me, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? So he's probably going to have a entire video about the whole YouTube thing as well, and he'll say that, use Patreon, and if you have a strong enough following, you'll get money, and you don't have to worry about the monetization anymore. Or the monetization could be just like well, if I get it, it's nice, but if I don't, I don't. Or if I know someone's going to try to make money off of my money, I'm going to use the whole, little trick that he made a whole video about, the copyright gridlock, which is freaking cool. But let's say you want to be fancier, and I'm going to make my own thing. I'm not going to just steal ideas from other people and present them here. I'm not going to just come a copyright gridlock and stuff like that. What about content piggybacking? I didn't come up with a name for this, but it is something I presented before. And as I said, and this is the whole reason I did this whole little introduction with the furry stuff, was because when a controversy came up on Furaffinity, and once again, the whole circle of, well, I want to leave, but I can't take my art off the thing because my viewership's on Furaffinity, and oh my gosh, what am I going to do? But I guess I'm going to have to stay on Furaffinity, and because I'm staying on Furaffinity, then my viewers are going to stay on Furaffinity, and the cycle continues, and no one moves anywhere, and no one gets anything done. So I was like, you know what? If the artists really want to move, if the artists and the content providers really want to get the heck out, then why don't I give them a way to do it? I didn't come up with a name for it, but I did describe it and detail it, and now place an article, the link to the article that will give you the shorthand of it in the description below. But basically, I call it content piggybacking. It's taking advantage of the viewership, of a higher viewership in a website in order to promote your own content, which is probably hosted at another place. So let's say, and this is actually a very strong one for if you have a Vimeo, if you have a thing, or if you have an establishment at a Vimeo or at a Dailymotion, or you have your own web page, such as like the channel Awesome has their own web page. So having that kind of a thing would actually help you greatly. Or say Team 4-Star. Team 4-Star has their own website. If you have to take the time to make your own website and put AdWords in your videos and put advertising content within your video on an outside site, you might even be able to make more money. But then again, if I do that, then I'm not going to have my main channel. But that's not the point. The point is that you will have your main channel on YouTube. Your main channel on YouTube is only for forwarding content. You take a clip. You take one little clip from your content on your main channel, and or you make a video that doesn't have anything to do with content at all. If it's copyright intensive, like probably a Team 4-Star would be, like they don't want to risk having their channel banned because they posted Gijiro Toriyama Dragon Ball Z clips on the thing. They could have like a fun little skit going, the next Dragon Ball Z thing is on our website. Go click on it. Go click on the description below and have like this weird little real-time skit. Instead, like about 1 minute or 2 minutes long. And basically, the entire purpose of the video or the content would be, hey, we made something new. And you can go find us. You can go to our main channel to watch the video. Just as kind of a way to remind people that you exist. And if you have fans that really, really want to see your stuff, they might subscribe to you just to get the update on YouTube. Because they know they go to YouTube all the time, but they might not go to your website all the time. So they'll go, okay, I'm going to subscribe to your content so I can figure out when you're posting over here. You see what I'm saying? It's content piggybacking. It's using popularity of a main site in order to draw content away from the site. It's using, in other words. And this is the thing that really ticked off the powers that be when I presented that idea, and they really were like, "Oh, this is all about Furaffinity." It's like, and of course I had to play it off like, "No, it's not really about Furaffinity," because you can use this tactic anywhere. You can use this tactic on any website at any time. If you know that there's an audience on a website, you can draw content. If your content's good enough, you can draw viewership away from a website by using that website as just a megaphone. So what I was telling people to do on the furry art sites is basically do something similar. Take a little content clip, take a little piece of your art, just a little chunk of it that would still kind of work on its own, hopefully, and post it in the main site. Post it on your Furaffinity, on your SoFurry, wherever, and then go, if you want to see the full picture, you click on the description link in the description below, and you'll go to my gallery in my personal gallery or my Weasel gallery or wherever. Your content piggybacking, in other words. You are using the popularity of main social sites in order to forward people to your own place, to your own domain, and to the place that you want to be the hub of your content. And you can do similar tactics here. It works better if you have other hub to go to, or if you want to use another hub to go to. Now, I don't know the rules and the regulations of YouTube as much, but I do know that having links in your descriptions that goes to content that might be copyright and stuff like that they'll still come after you, guy. Don't start thinking that you could do that. It's got to be your own original content. Don't be a jerk. But that being said, that's something that you could do. Or, just do the Jim effing Sterling Sun method. And just make a Patreon, and if you and either demonetize your main videos on YouTube or, that. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of different ways that you could survive on your own for content. And people, I believe, will still create the content that they're really driven to create, and they'll place it on YouTube and let the cards fall as they may. You cannot change the spirit of an individual by adding some rules and regulations, other than myself, because I'm a stickler for rules. But I follow rules even if I don't think they exist. So, I don't monetize at all. None of these rules apply to me, and I still don't unfollow the rules. I need to be more rebellious, says the man wearing a kangaroo suit. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this week's content. Hopefully, I'll probably have some more stuff coming up on Sunday, just as I always do. I'm going to try to upload a video or content every Friday and Saturday, or every Friday and Sunday, Fursuit Friday, Sapien Sunday. Try to make, subscribe if you want to see more, or don't if you don't. I mean, it's just a decision, really. I mean, it's your time. Do what you want to do with it. Bucktown Tiger says, treat your time like a yo time. You can make more money. You can make more money. You can make more, what is it? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. I'm so sorry, Bucktown. Treat your time like it's your time. In essence, do what you want to do. I'm getting the hop out of here. And I'll enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope you enjoy yours. Thank you very much for watching. Click the like, comment, subscribe. I can never do that right. I'm not a YouTuber. Anyways, thanks for watching.